Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and welcome to the next video of Persona 3 vs 11 Eyes. For this one, we're going to be taking a look at both the anime of 11 Eyes' ending and the game ending of Persona 3. Now, before I begin, I'm going to get the obvious thing out of the way. There will be major spoilers between both series. So, you have been warned. So, let's go with 11 Eyes first and see where we go from there. We already know the story is, in my opinion, good, but is a bit of a mess. How does the ending fare? We begin the ending with the release of Liz-a-Lot through Yuka's stupidity, and after that, we have episode 11, which features Misuzu and Kakeru escaping Liz-a-Lot's Red Knight. Yuka dies, and everyone else fights Liz-a-Lot to no avail. After they attempt to get back to the Red Knight, Kakeru is suddenly found by Yuka, who promptly kills him because she's actually Liz-a-Lot and has been possessing her. And then everyone dies. No, seriously. Except that was a dream sequence. Then we cut to episode 12, where Kakeru tries committing suicide so Liz-a-Lot's power will never be complete. But Yuka is gonna have none of that and shuts off all powers. After that, Yuka is captured by Liz-a-Lot. There's a big final battle. All the heroes defeat Liz-a-Lot. Liz-a-Lot's sealed away along with Avaretta, thanks to the Eye of Aeon that Kakeru has. And then they transport to a new dimension where it's left with a cliffhanger because Kakeru still sees the Black Moon. Jeez, that was a mouthful. The main problem with the ending really is, one, the last sentence I just explained, it's left on a major cliffhanger. Whereas, like, it almost looked like they wanted to make a second season, but they didn't. And it really sucks, because I think it would have been great if they made another season, but alas, they did not. So sadly, like the rest of the story, the ending's a bit of a mess. Not technically bad. I've seen worse endings, but definitely a mess. Now, as for Persona 3, you basically have one final fight with Strega and climb to the top of Tartarus to battle the Nyx Avatar in a very long boss fight. However, the Nyx Avatar reveals that it's just the Avatar and the real body is the frickin' moon. If you make a Majora's Mask reference, I don't blame you. Now, after that, basically the end of the world has come. Except for the protagonist ascending to the moon to fight Nyx by himself. Thanks to the help of Igor and Elizabeth and him unlocking his full potential. After that, he becomes the Great Seal to seal away Nyx since she is undefeatable. Now, after that, he reappears at school like everything's back to normal, everything's all happy and all that. Until he realizes he doesn't look too good and is quite worn out each day. That's when you get the revelation that he's dying. And that he spends the last bits of his days saying basically what essentially almost looks like farewells to every single character he's ever interacted with. This is a very surreal part and actually made me incredibly sad, because this was basically his farewell tour, and he just wanted to live long enough to see graduation. And that's exactly what he got. He got to see his graduation, laid on Aigis' lap on the rooftop, and dies. So it's a very sad end. And sadly, that's the good ending. The bad ending basically says everybody dies. So, although he defied fate, he paid the price with his own life and has now a fate worse than death itself by being a great seal for all eternity for Nyx. This ending is a very emotional and powerful one, in my opinion. And each time I see it, it's incredibly depressing, but you do understand why it happened that way. Overall, I really love Persona 3's ending. It's extremely conclusive and is overall almost perfect. It's the perfect way to end Persona 3, at least in my opinion. Overall, I definitely have to say Persona 3 has by far the better ending. I'm not gonna lie, this is basically one of the best endings I've ever seen of any media, in my opinion. Tragic as it is, it's incredibly understandable, and I just loved it. So kudos to Persona 3. Anyways, that's all from me. This has been Star 6 Warriors 1, and I'll see you in the final video for Persona 3 vs. 11 Eyes next time. See you guys then.